Tim Cook is blasting a Wall Street Journal report, this was yesterday, about the departure of Apple's design chief. It says Jony Ive had grown frustrated with Cook's leadership and alleged lack of interest in the design production process. In a statement to NBC News, Cook says, quote, "The story's absurd. A lot of the reporting and certainly the conclusions just don't match with reality.
Wow.
At a base level, it shows a lack of understanding about how the design team works and how Apple works. It distorts relationships, decisions, and events to the point that we just don't recognize the company it claims to describe." It's never good when you're the reporter behind something like that. I think we did have him on yesterday, though, on CNBC.
Yeah,
Wall Street Journal reporter. I don't know.
If you're Tim Cook, excuse me, if you're Tim Cook, why would you blast like this if there weren't some degree of truth to what Tim Cook's talking about?
It was a decidedly, I mean, I wouldn't say it was overly negative, but it certainly had a negative edge to it. It made you feel that design has fallen in terms of its importance. That, as was said, and Cook denied, of course, that his focus is not necessarily on that, and that Mr. Ive himself had been more disconnected from the overall process over time.
I don't know.
Caring for an ailing parent.
Why does it not matter? Why do the innovations? I walk around in Italy, and I walk around in Wall Street, and I walk around Midtown, and everybody has these white things falling from their ear. If they were so ugly or weren't designed, I mean, now you, of course, will say, "Oh no, he designed them too." I mean, give me a break. There is a team,
right?
And it's a group of people, and everybody knows this group of people. And the article really acted as if there wasn't a group of people. There was Michelangelo, and then there's just these people, the pretenders.
Meanwhile, Apple itself,
the winner in trade talks.
Mm-hmm.
Winner.
The winner in trade talks because
winner.
You feel as though if things had continued to worsen, Apple was in a precarious position?
Yes, because if you're not going to sell, if you're going to block handsets of Huawei, why
Well, you're handsets, first of all, all right, blocking handsets by not allowing the components from U.S. suppliers to be sold into them, therefore Huawei would essentially be almost out of business within, call it 6 months to a year, depending on how much they actually had on hand.
So, the Chinese, we always hear, play the long game. Well, what's the long game other than to say, okay, listen, you go Huawei, we'll go Apple. That's why it's a big win for Apple. And I don't care about
What do you think the Chinese response would have been on Apple?
I think that it was very easy to say, listen, we're on that, you're on that list, the suspect list, which Apple shouldn't be. 2 million people work for Apple.
You think it could have gotten to that? I mean, by the way, it's not as though it still can't. Because
but I think that this is Apple's in the clear. And the tariffs aren't coming. It's good for Apple, our tariffs. I believe that the Huawei is a quid pro quo. And you know what, David? Apple may miss the quarter, but we're 5 quarters from 5G.
Apple may miss the quarter. You just buried a lead there.
Oh, I'm reading Suva's note from Citi. He's on a lot. He's a nice guy.
Why are they going to? So you don't think they will?
No, I think they will. I think that the estimates are too high for handset numbers and too low for service and too low for watch. And David, I'm working on a present value of a sub, of which, by the way, I'm getting very little help from Apple to come up with, which is a lifetime value of a sub.
Right.
Is worth more than perhaps any other sub in the world. And yet...
Because of the recurring revenue from all the services.
Apple, if they do it, and they've got such good finance people, if they do it, you're going to start valuing this company with a Procter & Gamble multiple. And that means I'm talking 250, 280. But you need one analyst to break. You need one firm
Jim,
to cover.
Even service revenue growth slowed. I know it did.
Katie Huberty has a good analysis of how that is not necessarily. There's a little law of large numbers there. But
yeah, of course. I always hear the law of large numbers. So what?
You got the Fortune 100 company there, the Fortune 300 company on accessories. Accessories coming on.
All true. But to the extent that people you want them to focus on valuing it on that recurring revenue stream, and therefore accord it that higher multiple, a la P&G.
Yeah. What do you want, the Dollar Shave Club? Harry's?
I'm just saying it's slowed a bit.
Well, you wear me out.
I'm just pointing it out.
I just came back from vacation.
I'm saying to take sides.
That I am accepting the Suva note from Citi, saying that it's entirely possible that...
All right, so they missed the quarter, stock go down? I mean, they missed it, by the way. Let's remember the beginning of this year where the stock got hit, and here we are up 28% for the year.
It goes down 23, 25 points. And then people say, hey, you got to buy it for 5G.
Right.
Big cycle coming up next year. I like that. That's everything you need to know. Damn, that's good.